All right, so Oklahoma, this is a team that has a ton of potential for next year in 2019. I expect them to be even better than how they were this year. Of course, they had a tough loss at the end of last season to Alabama in the college football playoff, but I think it's going to be a pretty good year once again for them. So I'm going to be going over a few things that I think about this Oklahoma team in 2019. I'll be going over their schedule and a few bullet points here as to what you can expect from them. They lose Kyler Murray. That is one of the biggest stories of Oklahoma, but they do get Jalen Hurts out of Alabama. He will be a good fit for them, I think. So really, that Kyler Murray loss, I mean, it is still a loss, but it's not gonna hurt as bad since they've got Jalen in there. They'll be fine at running back and tight end. They aren't really losing anyone there. They lose a few key receivers, so that could affect them a little bit. But I still think that their running game, they should be okay there. Lose all 5 offensive line starters. That is going to be, I think, their biggest weak spot is on the offensive line because they're going to have 5 new starters in there for the OL. So then how will Jalen Hurts do? That is the big question about this team next year. If Jalen Hurts does well, I really think that this is going to be a team that really makes another playoff run. But we'll have to see from there. I expect them to do pretty well. So yeah, Oklahoma, very possible to see them make another playoff run. I think the outlook for them in 2019 is great. So here's their schedule. Not too difficult, it seems like at first glance. I mean, their three non-conference games are pretty easy. I mean, you got Houston and South Dakota at home. Then you go to UCLA. Of course, it's not ideal going to a place, but UCLA they should take care of pretty easily, I would think. I mean, after UCLA last year, they really didn't do too well, so Oklahoma should take care of them. Then Texas Tech, Kansas, and Texas. This schedule is not too bad, and here is a few thoughts that I have on it. And green is the games that I think are going to be easy wins for this Oklahoma team, and their wins are in their games that I think, I mean, they should. I'm pretty confident that they're going to get wins in those games. The ones that are in white, it's too early to predict on. Unlike Texas Tech, K-State, Iowa State, those games, I think those are going to be closer games. And it's really hard to predict who is going to win those games yet. So we'll do that in the spring for every one of these teams. But in red is the games that I think have a possible chance of them losing. I think at Texas, now on October 12th, they go to Texas. I'm expecting Texas to be, like most people, a really good team next year. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're returning a lot of great talent, and then they beat Georgia in that bowl game next year or last year. I don't know how you can bet against them right now. And then Oklahoma State, they've been kind of a team that bounces back and forth. I don't expect them to be great next year, but I think at Oklahoma State, that is a game Oklahoma State's upset them many times before in that stadium. That's a tough place to play. So I'm just putting that as my second loss for Oklahoma this season. Estimated record, I'd say 8-4 is their worst case scenario, but I could also see them going 12-0 if they can avoid upsets. But I still think that Texas game, especially, that's going to be a tough one. That is a game to watch out for. And then, of course, I think Texas Tech, that should be a good one as well. Oklahoma has them at home. That is the good thing about that game. But at K-State, Kansas State probably won't be as good next year again. The thing is about K-State, playing there is also really tough. Iowa State, I expect to be pretty good next year once again. They should finish 3rd or 4th in the Big 12. And then Baylor, at Baylor, I think Baylor's going to be an improved team. So watch out for that. That's a game that Oklahoma may be overlooking on their schedule, but still, though, you got to watch out for Baylor. So that's my first thoughts on Oklahoma. I'm going to be going over this once again once we get into the summer. So, and then I'll give over my predictions for every game, whether I think it'll be a win or a loss. Once again, just it being in January right now, really tough to predict these games when we're still about 9 months out from the season. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to drop a whole bunch of other previews within the next 2 days. I'm going to be going over every Power 5 conference team. We're just kind of starting to get started here. So, well, anyway, thank you for watching. Show some support, and only if you would like to. Stay tuned for more from this channel. I'll see you all later.